podcast. We will be doing a 12-week series every Monday from 7 o'clock till about 8 o'clock,
right.
talking about all community engagements, community topics, talking about the youth, where you guys can find jobs at, where y'all can get empowered, right? So we're getting ready to launch on all platforms. You guys get ready. We coming, man. We finna get it together for y'all, right? Oh, let's get on out here. Introduce you to my queen, Zion, the Great. You know what I mean? Y'all be patient, man. Y'all chime in. I'm gonna give y'all a little time to chime in. We getting it together. We working on it, right? This is my first time on TikTok. So y'all gonna have to be patient with me with this one. Never been on this platform, but we finna get it together. Right? Let's do it.
All right, let's go. I don't know what's going on with All right, you can go ahead and introduce.
Well, look, first thing we're gonna talk about is the city of Sacramento as a whole, right?
Yes.
And the history of Sacramento, right?
That's
And
right.
the history of our culture. Not only do I speak for all cultures, but I would love to speak for our culture specifically, the hip hop culture. We have a lot of good things coming up in Sacramento, a lot of good things to be looking forward to for the future. We're looking for stronger team members, right, to come on board, to come help us out with not only the Sacktown Mardi Gras, the International Festival, the Crawfish Festival. We just got a lot of amazing things going on in the city of Sacramento. So y'all give me a couple of seconds. I'm waiting on my sister Zion to power on up over there. We getting it together, y'all. It's gonna be a little rough starting this thing off, but I promise you, once we get it together, it's gonna be something y'all just ain't gonna want to miss on Mondays.
I know.
Right? So give me a second, chime back in with y'all in a minute. See how this live came out.
Let's send my Facebook, not on public, but let's see. It was supposed to be on public.
Yeah, we in the house, man, tonight with Zion and Joe in the evenings. We're just getting the studio together. A wonderful new podcast in the city of Sacramento. We're going to be launching tonight. Our first episode will be next Monday. We will be doing a series of 12 total, with 7 community engagements. We will be going to parks near you. We will be in Old Sacramento. We will be at pop-ups. We will be at wellness festivals. We will be walking into people's restaurants, critiquing their food. Check us out, man. Zion and Joe, we getting ready to have a ball, y'all. I'm telling you this summer, man. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Big shout out to all of our investors, right?
That's right.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody, right? Zion and Joe in the evening, on our way.
That's right.
So is we live over there,
we have
sister?
so much going on. You know, for some reason my phone ain't working. My
cool.
Facebook, but we can just keep going because we're still on live.
Oh, we live on here.
Live stream.
Hey, we live
right
stream.
There.
That's what's happening, man. Okay. So look, we're on 3 different platforms right now, you guys. So let's get this started. We want to try to make sure we get, you know what I'm saying, something that can be understood. I'm gonna let my sister introduce herself to you guys first. She's gonna tell you guys a little bit about what she do, and then I'm gonna introduce myself.
Yes, so my name is Zion, the owner of Queen Sheba Restaurant, also the founder of Sheba Farms, growing our food, you know, where we serve it at Queen Sheba. Also, of course, the community ambassador. So we're here to inform you and educate you what's going on in our city, Sacramento, right here under our nose.
Yes.
And Joseph is here to tell us a lot about what's going on in our city. We have a lot going on too.
Right.
Yes.
Like the Queen said, this is Queen Sheba. She is actually the Queen of Sacktown Mardi Gras 2025 season. I am Joseph Thomas, the legendary King of the Sacktown Mardi Gras. Right. We're also entrepreneurs in our own right. We're just trying to set the platform, man, to make sure that the city of Sacramento and surrounding areas understand what's going on in their community.
That's right.
A lot of the things that's being talked about in the news, we all know what's going on in politics right now. And we're just trying to figure out that, make sure that our culture don't get left behind.
That's right.
So we'll be jumping on here every Monday. Tonight is kind of like a warm-up session if you want to take it.
Yes.
Right. My sister has some things she wants to explain to you guys about the racial equity gap
Yes.
and how we are working with the city on trying to bridge that gap to figure out how the people like you, right, can get connected to the resource that the people in City Hall is city telling us that we got. So we want to become the glue. My sister Zion is an ambassador, right? She's amongst the kings, amongst the queens, and helping us get amongst the kings and amongst the queens, right? Because we're kings in our own right.
Yes.
But if our household ain't straight, if our financial situations ain't straight, and we're living check to check, who does that help? So this is our voice right here, you guys. Queen Zion, the ambassador herself, right? It's our voice, man, the voice of the voices.
That's
Talk to us,
right.
sister.
That's right. So, just last Thursday, so they talked about the addressing the Black wealth gap in Sacramento. So the racial gap. So
Yes.
they're trying to create, bridge that gap between the, the Black community and every other community.
Right, right,
So we're
right.
not left behind. So they have a really good list of things they're doing. I want to go to page 17.
Mhm.
Everybody should have, this is a the blueprint. So everybody should have that one.
Right.
So they're talking about, working on employment, better employment, education. Yeah, we need a better education for our community, like business and entrepreneurship and trading and business ownership. That's how you create wealth, is
Right.
really through creating businesses in entrepreneurship.
Right.
And also home ownership. That's so
Whoa.
important right now. It's
Wow.
only 30% of Black people owning their home compared to, white community would be around 70-80%. That gap.
Right.
That's what they're trying
Right.
to bridge that gap
What
to.
do they say right here, sister? Let me see.
So,
What they say? Oh, strategies on how to
yes,
address the
yes,
Black wealth gap.
the pathway to wealth creation.
So these are pathways that we're going to be sharing with you guys next Sunday. We're not going to give you all the information tonight.
Yes.
We just want to let you know what our first episode is going to be like on Zion and Joe in the evening.
That's
We're
right.
going to be talking about how you can make a better situation for your family and for your
Mhm.
structure itself, right?
Yes.
And not only that, we're going to also run down to you guys tonight of what our 12 weeks is going to look like ahead, right? So unfortunately, our announcer, German Cat, is not
Yep.
here tonight. We usually going to be having a little bit of music for you guys. We're going
That's
to be
right.
probably eating a little bit of food here and there. You're going to catch us at Queen Sheba's restaurant down the way. You might catch us at JJ's on Fruit Ridge. You might even
That's
catch us
right.
in front of Joe's Crab Shack. The thing is, we want to make sure we bring the resources to the people.
Yes.
And that's what this podcast is going to help us doing. So what I'm asking you guys to do is share the word, spread the word. Zion and Joe at night, 7 to 8 o'clock on Mondays,
Yes.
right? And we're ready to have a ball. We're ready to have a ball.
Just inform you and educate you what's going on in our city. There's
Mhm.
so much good stuff, resources and programs and opportunity grants. There is a grant
right.
right now for the youth, especially for arts and creators. The
Absolutely.
city has grant. It's going to open in June 2nd. And we also have a mental health awareness event next Sunday.
Well, I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, so there's so much good stuff is going on. The Small Business Expo at the did you check out the
Yes, I
Aggie
did.
Square?
I went to
The
one. I
Aggie
went to
Square
one.
opened up too.
Talking about phenomenal. I would love to chime in and talk a little bit about Aggie Square.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Aggie Square. They did an amazing job. They just brought an amazing facility to Sacramento. I believe they brought something like 30,000 jobs, $80 million facility, right in the heartbeat of Oak Park, right?
Mhm.
Actually, where they built a facility that used to be one of my playgrounds when I was little,
Yes.
right? And just to see them going overboard, inviting the people from the community to
Mhm.
be a part of that process, man. Big shout out to Aggie
Yeah.
Square.
And it's right there in our community as well, where underserved, underrepresented community are. So people really need to get involved what is out there for them, because there's so much good stuff going on in Sacramento, even though with all the inflation and all that going on, but we still have a lot of resources
So you
and
guys, I'm
programs.
sorry, Sister Maya.
Go ahead, no
Absolutely.
worries.
But what I want to do is also add on to a couple of the events that she said that we had up and coming in the city of Sacramento.
Mhm.
I just wanted to let you guys know it's summertime, right? And we're starting to turn up. The heat is starting to go up. We've been having a lot of issues with the youngsters, man. You guys, please be conscious of where your youngsters are going, where your children are going. We've having
That's
children
right.
hang out at Delco for the wrong reason. We've been having an uptake in violence, an uptake in gun violence in the city of Sacramento. And we're just trying to get prepared, man, to better our culture, not worse. So,
Mhm.
man, if you see somebody in the streets, man, say hello, man, give them a hug, man, let them know,
Yeah.
man, we are trying to move forward. No more. Hashtag no more. You see that around
Yeah,
Sacramento,
no
man, that
more.
means no more stupidity,
Yes.
no more violence. So what we do have this weekend is we're firing up Tahoe Park again. We will be at Tahoe Park for a summer series, right? I don't know if you guys can actually read this flyer, but I'm going to show it anyway. We're
Yeah.
doing a 916 Community Alliance Summer Series. What this is about is that I don't know if some of you guys are familiar with Papa Bear Village, what we've been doing for the last 5 years during the summertime, and that is setting up at local parks all throughout Sacramento, offering the kids free youth training, doing free chess clubs, also feeding the whole entire park for free,
Yes.
and also talking about community for about an hour. So this is something, if you guys don't have nothing to do on Sundays, you guys can check the website out or go to my Facebook page or go to our Facebook page as a whole to get more information on this, where you can come out with your lawn chairs on Sundays, maybe even some days on Saturdays to come relax with us. Okay, another thing we have coming up soon is our
31st. That's not this week, but
Yes.
next week we also have the Sheba Farms event at the lunch, Sheba Farm lunch. So we want you to come and experience getting out of the city into the amazing Sheba Farm lunch. So where we'll be growing our food as well. So we have so much going on.
Right.
We have so
So-
much going on. So we want to inform you. That's why we want to kickstart with the community introduction next week.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna read off all 12 of our episodes. Some of you guys might want to log into some episodes. Some of you guys might want to log into others.
Mhm.
Right. We're looking for local community leaders, right,
Yes.
to be interviewed on our podcast to try to help not only get your message out to help build your brand, but also connect the resources that you have available to the
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Right. So we're starting off episode 1. We're going to call Kickoff and Community Introduction. This will be introducing the podcast and its mission and the host and the overview. Episode 2, we will be popping up at an historical site throughout Sacramento, right? Broadcasting possibly from old Sacramento
Yeah,
or
that would be
even
interesting.
a location of your
Outside.
choice.
Yes.
Episode 3, Youth Empowerment.
Oh.
Ooh, we have a special guest for you guys on that. You want to
It's
tell them a
all
little bit
about the
about?
youth. You know, we got to invest in our youth. We got to make our city also responsible to really, and the state, to invest in our youth.
Right. What's number 4, if you don't mind telling us, Zion?
Oh, that's my area, the healthy living and nutrition. That is important because nutrition, most people don't know, 80% of, you know, when they say exercise, 20% holds it, but our health, nutrition, food is the most important part of our health. So I'm all about health is wealth and food is your medicine.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk about that, how to really simply grow your food too. It's not
Right.
that hard.
Number 5, I'm going to read this one for us. That's going to be mental health awareness, right? We're going to have a podcast where we're going to try to have a medical technician on board to give us some insight on what we can do to better ourselves,
Yes.
how we can concentrate on self-care in order to help others.
Yeah.
Very, very big on that. I'm kind of somewhat of an ambassador when it comes to mental health and doing your own self-care. So I'm really looking forward to this
And
one.
you know what they say, self-care is the best health
The best care, baby.
The best health care. If you take care of yourself, you eat good, you feel good, you think good, then you feel healthy.
And
so
you
it's
sleep
important.
good.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's important.
And what we got number 6? You want to read number 6
pop
for
up at a cultural festival. That's yeah. We
Whoa.
want to not just, you know, we have so much full of culture in Sacramento because it's such a diverse city here. So we are really fortunate to have diverse culture in here in Sacramento, and they will be talking about all that.
And on this episode, I would love to interview someone that makes a dent in the city of Sacramento when it comes to cultural festivals.
Yeah.
Someone like Hollis that does the Crawfish and Catfish Festival.
Yeah.
Someone that is known to bring entertainment to the city of Sacramento in order to serve the city.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to episode 6. Oh, episode 7. This
Yeah,
seems like your
local
area right here
business
too. Read this
spotlight.
one
That's
for me, sister.
local business.
You know you are an entrepreneur, girl. This you right
spotlight.
here.
That's my businesses, small businesses is really to my heart, because I really believe we can create generational wealth through businesses in entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
Because if we build our businesses in entrepreneurship, then we can create wealth. Then we can pass it down to generation
Absolutely.
to generation. And right now, especially in our Black community, we only like 34% of us in business. How do we turn that into 8%, 10%, eventually 20%, 25%? So once we have that, then we can actually create our own economy.
Absolutely. Those are the building blocks of success right there.
That's
Y'all
right.
heard it from the entrepreneur herself. I heard this girl get asked a question earlier, right? And in the middle of her answering the question, she saw 4 different questions right on top of the
That's right.
answer. I said, only a brilliant mind can do something like that, such as my sister. Okay, let's get to episode 8. Historical site pop-ups. Oh, this will be huge. Can you imagine? Let me set the scene for you guys real quick. Now, just imagine you got a brother and a sister setting up in, I'm going to say Hollywood chairs, right? In front of the state capitol, right? Filming our 8th episode of Zion and Joe in the evening, right? Will they kick us off the grounds? I mean, we pay taxes.
Yeah.
We should be able to sit there and state our causes and what's going on with the city of Sacramento and how we need to be in these rooms where these grants are being developed and where these kids are being denied and where all of these cuts from the Orange Man is taking place. This is something where we might be able to do this at. Historical State Pop-Up, episode 8, State Capitol. You see that, you guys?
We're gonna go all the way.
All the way for
the
you.
Politicians and all the people who run the whole California state. Yeah.
Okay, we got episode 9, Community Health and Wellness.
That's
a lot
important.
of that going on.
So community health and wellness is really about creating policy, really to protect your community health and wellness. That's what policy is. So right now, we really don't have enough policy to protect our community health and wellness. That our youth are still, killing each other. We need to have gun policy, how to protect our kids from gun violence and community violence.
I see y'all chiming in down there too.
Yeah.
Girl, we got an audience down here, man. Big shout out to the audience, man. Y'all got to remember, we ain't even kicked this off
That's
yet.
right.
This is only the introduction.
That's
Next Monday, y'all be ready. We're going to have an amazing show for you guys.
That's right.
Okay, let's get to
art and
10.
culture. Art and culture is who we are as a human being. We were created to be creative. Art, that's how
I would love to get
communicate.
Rico the Great on there.
The art and culture is
showcase somebody's art.
We can even go to Ashona's,
that's what.
at
I
the
love
Sojourner
that.
Truth Museum.
Right, that's where we will be. Sojourner Truth,
yes.
I just lost my thought.
Yeah.
Was the museum?
Yes.
Yes.
The whole
we'll be
African
live
market,
there.
that is the art and culture, displayed over there. A lot of people don't know in Sacramento that even exists, the Florida Square. Actually, they have at the Florida Square, they have a job fair this week. So be there. There's going to be a lot of job opportunity. I'm not sure the exact date, but I know it's this week.
Big shout out to the Fruit Ridge Collaborative Center. They have all type of job opportunities there.
Yeah.
Black Mothers United, Hooked on Fish and Not Violence, Her Health First, Always Knocking. Big shout out to Greg King, all the work that they do. Yes. Big shout out to the community itself. Big shout out to one of our sponsors to come, U.S. Bank. Hopefully next week we have some U.S. Bank cups sitting up here, right?
SMUD, actually, the job
Big shout out to SMUD.
At the job fair at the Florida Square is sponsored by SMUD. So SMUD has been really, supportive. So we really have to thank SMUD. They've been there for community and events and everything else. So
episode 11. I'm gonna hit this one for
community safety.
Community safety and advocacy.
That's important.
I think I'll be the one to handle the community safety and what you do. Advocacy. That's your thing, girl.
Advocacy again, policy and legislation change. Policy.
That's what she do.
If we don't do policy to have policy for, for housing, policy for nutrition, food, policy for education, especially to bring the fund back into our community, because nothing is really coming to our underserved, underrepresented Black community. So through policy is what we're going to get from the state and city level, that we can get the fund back into our community.
Right.
So the policy part is very important. So we'll be talking, we'll bring people too,
Right.
because we need policy writers, lawyers and policy writers, especially in our community. Actually, we have a guest. We're going to have a guest on one of those
Yeah.
that will be talking to a community advocate who is
Okay.
a lawyer, also a very
Oh,
famous known lawyer.
Yeah. I
who's
think we're
gonna
gonna
help
have
us
him
about-
on number 2. Was it number 2? No.
No, we said about
Youth empowerment.
youth empowerment.
What's his name, sister? If you don't mind us asking, or do we need
George
to?
George John.
Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool. And with this
So-
episode 11, what we're talking about, I'm going to take the reins on the community safety side of this. This is something I specialize in, is creating a safe place for these
Yes.
kids. Anywhere me and my team reside, we consider a safe place, right? Safe place for safe place,
Yeah.
right? So what we do is make sure that if there's any kids, any elderly, any women in our space, we be willing to go to bat behind those, right? So just know that's some of my part. I would like to probably maybe interview the Black Business Association, interview
Yeah.
some of the members of 916 Community Alliance, because these are the people that, lo and behold, make sure a lot of these festivals and a lot of these parks are Dietrich Suggs, a few of these youngsters that take the initiative
That's
to
right.
keep a lot of our culture that steps outside of the culture
Yeah.
in line, right? We know how easy it can get ugly, how fast things can go the wrong way. But when you have certain pieces in place,
Yes.
certain security measures, we are more prone to keep you guys safe, right? So that's why I'm gonna try to make sure I take the handle on that with episode 11.
Yes.
Now, what do we have? Our last and final episode, right?
Yes, we just
Whoa.
have a review and future plans.
Right.
What will be our next episode? Because this is we just listed like 11, which is very important
Yes.
subjects.
Yes.
And that takes and then we can just talk about the whole what would be next.
Right, absolutely. I love it. Look, you guys, we're not
So
gonna hold
we
you
got
guys too long
So
tonight,
much
man.
good stuff for you.
Right. I'm gonna let my
Good,
sister,
good
she's gonna
stuff.
close out with a few words,
Yeah.
and then I am gonna close out with a few words from my brother,
Yeah.
Karinger Bailey. Man, this brother, him and his brother, man, beautiful
Yeah,
people, man.
yeah,
Somebody give their
amazing.
father and their mother a hug. Created some beautiful souls for the city of Sacramento. She knows a little bit about one of the brothers. I know a little bit about the other. One is a phenomenal artist, right? He does positive music all throughout the city of Sacramento. And hopefully we may have them two on, maybe be able to interview them up to come.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let the sisters say a few words to close out. Then I'm gonna read one of our affirmations from his book. You guys go on Amazon, check it out, man. Support these brothers. They do a really nice drummer circle
Yeah.
on Sundays. This dude, I mean, when I say he's the truth, him and his whole family, they're the truth. All right.
Shout out to Keon. Yeah, he does a lot of art and culture, music, drum circle. So, thank God for our community leaders who doing the work. So all we want is like for you to get involved, make sure, we will be here to educate and inform what's going on in our city and beyond. So we want you to get involved. We want you to give us some idea what you want us to talk about for next week, because our first week would be
Kickoff community introduction.
Yeah, what you want us to talk about, how you want us to bridge the gap between the community and the city officials. They're asking for it. They want to help. So
Right.
that's why they made us community
And the
ambassadors.
funding is there, you guys.
Yeah,
We
so
stronger together.
Yeah. So
We
whatever
stronger
question
together.
you have, just let us know. We're here. That's what we're here for. And we could reach out to the people who can help, who has the resource and all that. So in that way, we really thrive together. We benefit together. There's plenty for all of us to eat, but we just have to share. So thank you. So make sure you show up next week too. We'll be ready for you. We'll be prepared.
Right.
But so we'll see you next week. So
Yeah.
make sure, you
Yeah,
can follow me on my Facebook.
Follow us, Zion on
Shiva,
Facebook, Queen
Shiva
Shiva.
Phones.
Right.
So much stuff I do.
Right. So follow me, Joseph Thomas, Sacktown Mardi Gras,
That's
everything.
right.
Sacktown Mardi Gras, Instagram, Facebook, www.org. And so now we're going to end here with a phenomenal affirmation from my brother, Karinga Bailey. You guys also follow him, man. Big shout out for him for his work. I'm going to start this one off by saying this. I am not bigger than love.
That's right.
I want to say that one more time. I am not bigger than love.
No.
Love is not bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
In love, I live. I love to live in love. And love lives in me.
That's right.
I am love.
That's right. That's what God put in us. You know, God is
One
love.
down,
We are
baby.
love. And we are
How they
one.
say, ain't that a little sign they be doing now? Hey.
And we love everyone. Thank you, everyone, for the work you do, especially the blueprint that our
Right.
mayor and
That's
our city
power right
official
there.
came. We gotta
Power.
make sure that this happens too. I
Power.
mean, it's a good,
This is the bridge
Yeah.
between the resources,
yeah,
the financial equity side of things, and our
everything
people that's
we need.
struggling.
Yes.
Right. So one more
It's
time,
the
man.
solution.
It's the solution.
It's
I
the
like that.
solution, but we have to implement it. And we need the people's help. You need to put your voice out there how you want this to be implemented, because it's supposed to be a blueprint to creating Black wealth gap in Sacramento. So
Yep. And y'all be ready for that. We're going to get back
Yes.
on that a little bit deeper for y'all.
yes,
You guys, I got to go. Dinner waiting on the stove.
that's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? We in the future, we're going to have a little music for you guys. We're going to have a
And then
little
we'll bring
snacks.
people too, you know, the
Yes.
city officials, the
Yes.
business people, the professionals, everyone that who can help us come together.
And I'm going to spread
For
the
better.
link to where you guys can go directly to the podcast platform and start hearing us, not only on the way to work,
That's
not
right.
the only way to school, but anywhere in the world you'll be able to access these podcasts, right? You never know. We are the link to the culture, right?
That's
We
right.
are the glue in between the resources and the community.
That's right.
If you're looking for SMUD assistance, if you're looking for PG&E assistance, if you're looking for back rent, if you're looking for diapers, if you're looking for food boxes, big shout out to Roberts Family Development Center. Rest in peace, Mr. Herman. What an amazing man you have created to help the city of Sacramento, man. And we appreciate you, man, for your sacrifice. But yeah, we got a lot of good things going on. Y'all take care, man. My sister, we finna sign out.
Thank you. We'll see you next
We'll
week.
see you guys. Big shout out to the junior kings and queens. We have practice on Sundays. You know, any
That's
kids
right.
co-ed between the ages of 9 and 17, looking for a home, looking for a team, looking for someone to make them feel welcome. Bring them to Tahoe Park this Sunday between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. We'll be on the basketball court showing them kids the way to the future. Y'all take care. Junior
Peace
kings
and
and queens
love.
up, y'all.
Always. Thank you.
Yay, we have some. Yay. Well, that was nice, girl.
Yeah.
That was nice.